So let's read this description in Psalms one more time about wisdom, or the understanding of laws. Because the Most High tells you that wisdom is the understanding of his laws. Alright? Go back to Proverbs chapter 8, verse 23. Proverbs chapter 8, verse 23. I was set up from everlasting, from the beginning, or ever the earth was. So let's read about this beginning. Okay? Let's go to 2nd Ezra chapter 3, verse 4. O Lord, who bears rule, thou spakest at the beginning, when thou didst plant the earth, and that thyself alone and commandest the people, and gavest a body unto Adam without soul, and which was the workmanship of thine hand, and didst breathe into him the breath of life, and he was made living before thee. And thou leddest him into paradise, which thy right hand had planted, before ever the earth came forward. And unto him thou gavest commandment to love thy way. So as you can see right here, we're already seeing that when the Most High created Adam, he gave him commandments to love his way. Now what is the Most High's way, you might ask? What is his way? His way is his laws and his commandments, his laws and his statutes. That's the way of the Most High. Righteousness is the way of the Most High. Well, what do you measure righteousness by? By the laws. Okay? So it says, and unto him, Adam, thou gavest commandment to love thy way. So let's find out what his way is. Let's go to the book of Psalms, chapter 119. What is the Most High's way? That's the question. Psalms chapter 119, verse 1 through 5. It says, blessed are the undefiled in the way, who walk in the law of the Lord. Okay, it says, blessed are they that keep his testimonies, and that seek him with their whole heart. They also do no iniquity, meaning no sin. They walk in his ways. Now iniquity is sin, so if they do no iniquity, it means they do no sin. If they do no sin, that means they're keeping the laws. Okay? That's why it says, blessed are the undefiled in the way what? The way of the Most High, who walk in the law of the Lord. Alright, but back to verse 3, it says, they do no iniquity, they walk in his ways. Thou hast commanded us to keep thy precepts diligently. Oh, that my ways were directed to keep thy statutes. So what is the Most High way? His way is his laws. The laws and statutes that he commanded us after his image. Alright? That's why the Lord said, I am holy, be ye holy, man. Matthew chapter 22, verse 16. Now this is speaking about YAHAWASHI. Okay? It says, and they sent out unto him their disciples with the Herodians, saying, Master, we know that thou art true, and teachest the way of God in truth. Neither carest thou for any man, for thou regardest not the person of men. So YAHAWASHI was teaching the way of the Most High. Alright? And they're asking him about the way of the Most High. Now notice what the first thing they say. Verse 17, tell us therefore, what thinkest thou? Now what are they going to ask him? Is it lawful to give tribute unto Caesar or not? So the way of the Most High deals with his laws. Because they said, we know that you teach the way of the Most High. So we got a question. Is it lawful to give Caesar or not? Because the way of the Most High deals in his laws. So that's why they asked YAHAWASHI that. Because they was asking him concerning the way of the Most High, which is his laws. Okay? Alright. So back to 2nd Ezra chapter 3, verse 4 through 7. Go back to verse 7. It says, and unto him thou gavest commandment to love thy way, which is what? The laws. To love the laws. Alright? Which he, also part of that way, part of the Most High's way is the laws and truth. That's a part of the Most High ways too. But it says, and unto him thou gavest commandment to love thy way, the laws and truth, which he transgressed. Now what does it mean he transgressed? Now what does it tell you that transgression is? What does it tell you that sin is? We read in the in Genesis chapter 3 that Adam learned the ways of good and evil. It says that Adam transgressed. So let's go get the scripture, 1 John chapter 3, verse 4. Alright, 1 John chapter 3, verse 4 says, whosoever committed sin transgresseth also the law, for sin is the transgression of the law. So what does it mean he transgressed? He sinned. He broke a law that the Most High gave him. Okay? The way of the Most High was his laws. So if he transgressed the way of the Most High, I mean he broke a law. He sinned. Simple as that. It says unto him, and when you read the book of Romans, it talks about after the similitude of the sin of Adam, man. Showing you that Adam sinned. Okay? And unto him thou gavest commandment to love thy way, which the way is the laws and the truth. But in this point we're going to just talk about the laws. Love his way, love thy way, the laws, which he transgressed, he sinned, and immediately thou appointest death in him and in his generations on whom came the nation. So it says, and immediately thou appointest death in him. So what is, when you read the book, when you read the New Testament, what does it tell you about sin? The wages of sin is what? Death. So immediately after he sinned, that's when the Most High put death in the world. That's why the scriptures say that. So let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 55. Go get that. O death, where is thy sting? O grave, where is thy victory? The sting of death is sin, and the strength of the law of the and the strength of sin is the law. Now what does it tell you the wages of sin is? The wages of sin is death. So that's why when you go here it says, and unto him, 2nd Ezra chapter 3 verse 7, unto him thou gavest commandment to love thy way, the laws, which he transgressed, sin, or broke, and immediately thou appointest death in him. So the wages of sin is death. So this is the first time sin happened. We'll speak according to about Adam. It's the first time sin happened, and immediately after that sin happened, the Most High appointed death. So that's why today, if you sin, the Most High say what? You'll die. That's why the Most High say, honor thy mother and thy father, so that thy days may be long upon the land. It means so you don't die. So it's quite simple, man. That's the reason that death came in the world. Because Adam sinned. And that commandment, or that law, of when you sin, you die, goes on from the time of Adam all the way to the time of today. Okay? Simple, man. Alright? Alright, so death came into the world through the sin of Adam. And it still reigns to this day. Okay? So back to 2nd Ezra chapter 3 verse 7 through 9 through 9. I'll read verse 7 again. Unto Adam and unto him thou gavest commandment to love thy way, or the laws, which he broke or transgressed or sinned, and immediately thou appointed death in him. He got the wages of sin. And in his generations, of whom came the nation, tribe, people, kindreds out of number. Verse 8. Okay? And every people walked after their own will, and did wonderful things before thee, and despise thy commandment. Now what did we say the commandment was? According to 2 Maccabees chapter 7 verse 30, the commandments are the laws. So if it says that they despise thy commandments, what are they talking about? They despise thy laws. This is the time of Adam. Alright? And again, in process of time, thou broughtest the flood upon those that dwelt in the world and destroyed them, right? That's what it says, right? In the process of time, thou broughtest the flood upon those that dwelt in the world and destroyed them. And it came to pass in every of them that as death was to Adam, so was the flood to these. Okay? So, after Adam sinned, the world got more wicked, man. Everybody was doing their own thing. They weren't keeping the Most High laws. So the Most High destroyed them. So let's go and prove some of this what we saying, okay? About the Most High having commandments given to Adam, laws given to Adam. And Adam gave those laws to his son. All right, how do we prove those things? Let's go to Genesis chapter 4. Genesis chapter 4, it says, and Adam knew Eve, his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain, and said, I have gotten a man from the Lord. And she again bare his brother Abel, and Abel was a keeper of sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground. And in the process of time, right here, it says in the Hebrew, it says in the end of days, and in the end of some days, it might have been a festival or something going on. All right? It says in the process of time, or the end of days, came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground an offering unto the Lord. And Abel, he also brought of the firstlings of his flock and of the fat thereof, and the Lord had respect unto Abel and to his offering. I'm going to just keep reading. But unto Cain and his offering he had not respect. And Cain was very wroth, and his countenance fell. And the Lord said unto Cain, why art thou wroth, and why is thy countenance fallen? If thou do well, thou shalt be accepted. And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door. And unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. Now, the Most High said, if you do well, he said, if thou do well, thou shalt be accepted. If thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door. Meaning you gonna sin, man. Now this is Genesis chapter 4. This is the children of Adam. And it's talking about sin. So how can somebody say that sin is not, that the laws were not given at the time? Okay? But let's go back again. Let's go back a little bit. Let's prove that these laws were here. The laws that we keep today. Let's go back to verse 3. It says, and in the process of the end of days, it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground an offering unto the Lord. Alright, so what does this offering go back to? An offering is a part of the law. You have to have laws to govern offerings. The Most High is very particular about offerings. So where can we find this law at? Okay, let's go to the book of Leviticus, chapter 2. And if thou offer me offering of thy first fruits unto the Lord, thou shalt offer for the meat offering of thy first fruits. Notice it says of thy first fruits. Green ears of corn, dried by the fire, even corn beaten out of full ears. Okay? Now what